Hi there, I am Elena Valdez and we are discussing the 8th house. 8th house, what is the 8th house? It follows the 7th house of partnerships. So what do you get after you partner up with someone? Well, you get the merging, the process of actually merging. So the 7th house is about partnering up and the 8th house is about merging, bringing it all together, making it all whole. It's the merging of assets with the resources of another individual, the resource of your partner, the resources of your inheritance, your parents. What did they leave you? Did they leave anything behind for you? Your partner, your partner's ability to earn and how that's going to affect you, because again, it's the house of merging. It is also probably the most frightening house, for me at least. It's a little scary. It's right up there with the 12th house. They are both ruled by water signs. The 8th house is ruled by Scorpio. And you know, what is Scorpio? Scorpio is all about the deep things, the depth, the things that we don't necessarily want to confront every day, but they are there. They are behind the scenes, and these are the things that take place in merging. These are the issues that come up in our relationships as we merge with another human being. These are the issues that come up in taxes and alimony, because these are all shared resources from other people. These are the loans that we get from other people, for example. All that support that comes from outside of us is the 8th house. It's the house of rebirth, sex, death, realignment, reemergent, reprocessing. Getting to know yourself again really is what it's all about. So the 8th house is where we get rid of our own old hairstyle and completely reincarnate into a whole new being from inside and out. It is where we merge with another individual and completely, most of the time, lose ourselves to make that merging possible. It is where astrologers can predict death. There are quite a few astrologers who have made it their business to figure out the timing of someone's death based on the 8th house. Now, I've done a little playing around myself with, celebrities who have passed away. I look at the patterns and I look at their chart and where was the condition of their 8th house when they died and relative to their 4th house, the last days of their life. And, look at all these elements, and the patterns are pretty consistent in terms of death. And this is why I try not to know too much about it, because it scares the heck out of me. It really, really does. Plus, I have Saturn in my 8th house. So for those of you who know astrology, that's not the best placement for Saturn. And so it wigs me out a little bit, but there are a lot of beautiful things that the 8th house has to offer, like the occult, for example. The occult lives in the 8th house. Those things that are hidden, but not hidden in the way that they are hidden in the 12th house, because the 12th house is hidden from ourselves, where in the 8th house, it's hidden from the world at large, but not necessarily hidden from us. And so the 8th house allows us to dive into those things that are occult, because those are the things that represent our rebirth as well. That's what the 8th house is about. It's about shared resources. It's about the resources you gain from others, whether it's emotional, whether it's financial. This is all 8th house matters. What else do we find in the 8th house? Sex. Well, naturally, if you're merging with someone, intimacy has to belong in the 8th house as well, right? Because this is where we merge sexually and intimately with another human being. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell with 8th house. Remember, it's all about shared resources, merging, whether sexual, intimate, or not. These are all 8th house matters. I'll see you next time. Bye.